love for the game. Got love for the self-realization. That's a big topic for me. I was one of them guys that, growing up, my mom used to buy me really nice clothes. And if you grew up how I grew up, your nice clothes was like going out clothes. We called that going out clothes, right? You want to go outside, play toss-up tackle, play basketball. You go to the court with your homies. You got play clothes. So we had play clothes and going out clothes. It was a strict rule growing up. Your going out clothes wasn't meant for you to wear while you were playing outside. Like, your mom would beat your ass. I know mine would. My mom would beat my ass if, I would take my fancy going out clothes to play outside with, and rightfully so. I used to get my ass beat a lot because that's exactly what I did. My mom used to buy me these very nice jeans. When I was growing up, like polos with the collar was a thing. She used to buy me a lot of polo shirts. And I was the type of person, I just always wanted to look fly. I always wanted to look clean, just a clean cut dude, I just always wanted to look good because when I was younger, I had a lot of little girlfriends or crushes that, I would lay claim to. I would go outside with my going out clothes. So while everybody had like holes in their sneaks, and don't get me wrong, yeah, I had some sneaks that had holes in them and everything, but after a while I was just like, yo, bro, it's girls around 24/7 when we going outside. And this is like 10, 11, 12-year-old me. I'm like, bro, it's girls around 24/7. So like, I gotta look fly at all times. Like, that's just my mindset as a young guy. So when all my other homies or, other kids in the neighborhood, when they would come outside and we try and play football and all that, they would have on like play clothes, shirts that got holes in them, sneaks that got holes in them, things like that. Just regular stuff that kids would wear. Because you, as a kid, if you play tough, you gonna mess your clothes up, but they're play clothes. So that's what they're for, you know what I'm saying? But me, I would come outside with my fresh polo tees, my fresh jeans. I had like sneaks that I had to wear for school or whenever I was visiting family. I would have to wear those type of sneaks, just like fresh, clean. I would wear my clean sneaks outside, like play ball in them, play football in them, like all types of nut shit. Like, that's what I was into. I did that because I had self-realization. I realized like how you carry yourself is very important. You know what I'm saying? Like, since a young guy, I knew that. So the reason why, I want to talk about self-realization is because a lot of the times in life, you could be a potential person with glow on you and you don't even know it. So you go for anything, you be in spots that you probably shouldn't be in, or you let folks just diminish your inner glow. The reason why I was telling that story though about when I was young is because I knew I was different. I always knew I was different. Like, I didn't need to come outside with the clothes and doing this, that, and that. I didn't need to do all that. Because for me, it was always my talk game. I could make girls laugh. I was smooth. I was a handsome little dude. So my talk game is what always got me in the door. But that just was a me thing. Me always looking good, that was just a personal preference for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I wanted to present myself to the girls, I was trying to get at. I had a glow on me no matter what. Whether I wore the going out clothes outside or not, I had a glow on me. But I didn't know that was gonna come with problems. Right? I hung around older guys. So in my mind, the older guys are supposed to be protecting me, putting me under their wing, because that's kind of what it was. They put me under their wing, but I didn't realize the interactions that a lot of the older guys had with me. I didn't realize how toxic it was until I got older. When I got like 17, 18, I started having flashbacks about how, I would come outside. The older guys, like when we playing toss-up tackle and football and all that, like I'll get tackled, but they'll try to rip my polo shirt, like try to do damage. One of them would stomp on me, and I'm just like, bro, I'm already down. You tackled me already. What you kicking me for? You know what I'm saying? And they would always, man, you overreacting. Stop crying. Stop bitching. And I always viewed that as like, If he tackled me already, why would he rub his dirty play shoes all on, you know what I'm saying, my fresh white polo? Like, I don't understand that. Now my mom gonna beat the shit out of me when I go inside, cause yeah, I'm playing in my play clothes, but they took it to the extreme. Like, they would hang on my collar, they would try to like rip me out my shirt, you know what I mean? Like, growing up, young me used to think, man, this is just, it's just like hazing. These guys are older. When they was younger, the older guys used to do them like that, shit like that. So I'm just thinking it's just hazing and shit like that, right? And they would say shit to me like, why the fuck you always keep getting dressed to come outside? Like, that shit is corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, perceive it as hate. I'd be like, man, why these niggas always hating on me? But then I just stopped thinking that, because I'm like, man, they older than me. I ain't got nothing for them to hate on. This was my mindset. When it came to them and my surroundings, I was like, bro, they have nothing to hate on me for. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 12, they 15, they ain't got nothing to hate on me. Like, so it's definitely not them hating, they just hazing me. Then I started getting older. When I started getting older, I started realizing I got a glow about myself. Like, I got a different glow, gang. Like, cause when we started playing organized sports and I was in high school, I started seeing like, bro, there's a reason why dudes keep like finding ways to like say little smart shit and hate on me. You know what I mean? That's when I started opening my eyes, and then I had the flashbacks of when I was younger. And when people hate on you so much, or they do little devious things to you that are ill intent, depending on the atmosphere you're in, you start telling yourself, bro, it's not like I'm that nigga. So they're not hating on me, it's just hazing. You don't even think of yourself as being that nigga, because you ain't got somebody that's consistently telling you. Like my dad used to always tell me, you one of them. My dad would always tell me, like, you not regular. You're not regular, you one of them. My mom too. My mom used to always, brag to our family, brag to, her friends when they came to visit. She always, yeah, he's so smart and blah. But, those are your parents at the end of the day. Like, I'm like, my dad's supposed to say that. My mom's supposed to say that. And it's crazy how we negate when we have like parents feeding us healthy things. A lot of us negate that. And we don't actually take into account, like, yeah, you my mom, you my dad, but you probably know what you're talking about. So when it came from my parents, I just was like, okay. So my atmosphere though, it didn't come from nobody else. Nobody in my atmosphere was bigging me up. Nobody was, yo, he really tough. And the whole time, in the back of my mind, I'm actually tough in everything I do. Sports, rapping, like, I'm actually tough in everything I do. I was tough in a lot of things, but I wasn't hearing it from my peers. So when you don't hear it from your peers, you actually like start, in your mind, you downgrade yourself. You actually start placing yourself like on a regular scale, like, this is regular, what I'm doing is just regular. But back to like organized sports. When I got to high school, when you're trying to make a varsity team, the competition is heavy. You know what I mean? So I'm at this new school. I don't really know people, but what I do know is I'm better than everybody in my grade as a freshman. I'm better than everybody like any freshman in my school. Like, I'm better than them dudes, right? They was having tryouts. There was freshmen, there was JV tryouts, and there was varsity tryouts, right? And mind you, I'm a freshman, but I'm 6'2" at the time. I grew a little after that, but as a freshman, I was 6'2", gang. So I'm 6'2" as a freshman. All the kids in my grade, 9th grade, they like, yeah, we about to go to freshman tryouts. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They're like, yo, bro, what time you pulling up to the gym for freshman tryouts? I was like, I'm not trying out for freshman. Niggas like, what? There's only one day for freshman tryouts though. You gonna miss freshman tryouts? Like, what do you gotta do that's so important that you're gonna miss freshman tryouts? I said, I'm trying out for varsity. I was in 9th grade, gang. I was in 9th grade. I'm trying out for I'm going to varsity tryouts. Y'all tripping? What? Freshman tryouts? Nah, bro. I'm trying out for varsity. When I tell you, all my homies was, this nigga think bro, you was not that nice. You, this nigga think he tough. Just discouraging. They did nothing but discourage me. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I was like, wait, what? Why wouldn't y'all try out for varsity? Y'all only gonna try for freshman tryouts? Like, y'all don't wanna try for varsity? The reason why me and the other 9th grade hoopers conversation wasn't clicking like that was because I thought me and them was like in the same, yeah, we in the same grade. We probably come from the same circumstances economically. You know what I'm saying? We probably all from a specific hood, shit like that. But I thought we was like in the same, I don't know how to say it, gang, but it's levels to a lot of things you do in life. So I thought we all were on the same level. That's why I'm like, why wouldn't y'all try for varsity? I'm a 9th grader. I'm dunking. I'm very athletic. And I got game. Like, yeah. Some of the niggas on varsity I done went toe to toe with already. A group of them kind of know me. You know what I mean? But yeah, the whole time I'm having a convo and I'm like, why wouldn't y'all try for varsity? It's because we're not on the same level. I know that now, but back then I didn't know that. I didn't know varsity wasn't, like for them, varsity was like, whoa, what? Nigga, that's damn near, you gotta be the top of the top, the most elite of the elite to try out for varsity. So that's how they thought. So when I told them, yeah, I'm trying out for varsity, I'm not trying out for freshman. Like that, I'm not doing that. I'm better than that. And I spoke like that instantly. Ridicule. This nigga think he all that. This nigga JR tripping, bro. He's smoking. This, that, and the third. And I still was confused. I was like, bro, why wouldn't y'all? And then I realized y'all not like that. That's when I slowly started realizing self-realization. Like, bro, that shit can make or break your character. Whether it's relationships, friendships, or any social environment. If you got that glow on you, bro, you always been a threat. You always been a threat. I'm gonna use this example because, you know, if I would have did it the other way, it is you hate women, but I'll just use this example. You see a bad female, right? She's super bad, like fine. And her counterpart is probably a dude who, you know, he ain't got much going on. He ain't got a job. He leech off of her. He ain't the best looking dude or nothing like that. His hygiene is kind of, he just look dirty. You know what I'm saying? But you see this fine ass, wholesome John with him. And you always look to that woman in the back of your mind. You probably don't say nothing to her, but you look at her like, bro, does she know her worth? Why is she dealing with him? That's basically what I'm talking about. You got people in this world, like the scenario I just talked about, how it's a fine John dealing with some dude who's like a scrub. And you always question yourself, like, bro, why is she dealing with him? Because she don't even know her worth. Same thing goes for anybody who got that glow. Organized sports really put things in perspective for me. And then that's when I started peeping things differently. That's when I started like having flashbacks about, bro, how these niggas in 9th grade talk. It's the same way the older niggas I used to hang around when I was younger talked. Anytime I had a grand idea for something that was involving elevation of myself, because I know I can achieve it, I was met with nothing but bad energy, bad like nobody ever, hell yeah, bro, you that nigga, bro. Nothing like that. That's when I started putting 2 and 2 together. Like, you know what? I think the reason why there's a lot of friction is because you view me as a threat. A lot of people like to say this term. They like to say God's chosen one. There's a lot of people out here that use that terminology, God's chosen one or chosen ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like you're one of God's chosen ones, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You mind your business, being great at a lot of things you do in life, and here you are. You met with like a lot of hostility from people, and you be looking like, bro, what you say fuck me for? Whole time they view you as a threat. You don't even view them as a threat. You're so busy doing you and being great at what you do, you don't look at them as a threat, but they looking at you as a threat. So I start having flashbacks like, oh, bro, I think them older niggas was jealous. Any fine shit that moved to the neighborhood, bro, what? And it wasn't even on some I'm super duper horny type shit. It was basically just, I got good aura on me. I got a good aura. To this day, I still got a good aura. I had a good vibe, and I would just make sure I was seen. So if some fine shit moved to my neighborhood and, you know, we going to the football field, I just made sure whenever I was seen, I had a fresh lay on. I had a fresh polo, some fresh jeans, and some fresh kicks. Whether they Nike or Jordan, didn't matter. I just try to make sure I was, so when I appear she can go, yo, who is that guy? Like, he's kind of fly. That was just my formula as a kid. And when I started having my flashbacks of older dudes tackling me and trying to rip my collar apart and stretching out my polo shirt and being super aggressive with me on days that I wore my nice shit, I started peeping like, oh, okay. Y'all view me as a threat. I was 12 years old. I wasn't the average size 12-year-old. I was like 5'6", 5'7" as a 12-year-old, but y'all was 15, bro. Y'all was older than me. Niggas was jealous and they viewed me as competition. They're like, bro, fuck this little kid. Like, you know what I mean? So as I got older, like I said, bro, sports. Once I realized, okay, I think I'm maneuvering from a different aspect, and I don't think we in the same realm when it comes to like embarking on certain things. Like, long story short, gang, you know, I end up, you know, I'm a varsity player. We fast forward to like later on. I'm a varsity player. My friends who were freshmen, by this time they stopped playing basketball. They stopped playing sports, period. Now they come into the games, and I think we like juniors now. I just fast forward like 3 years. We juniors now. I'm still on varsity. You know, home games, the boys, they coming out tough. And you know, I just look back on it like it was always supposed to be that. I don't think y'all boys ever was gonna make varsity because y'all never had skill set to make varsity, and I think y'all knew that. That's why y'all stayed on the freshman level. Y'all knew where y'all was at. But when somebody in your group who had the capabilities to make varsity and you know what I'm saying, push it past the limits that y'all were able to, y'all didn't even breathe life into that nigga, bro, which is me. It was not no, yeah, hell yeah, bro, what? You know what? Hey, R, if you feel like you can do it, fuck it, nigga. Go do varsity, nigga. Like, yeah, try out, nigga. Hey, hopefully you make the team. There was none of that. There's a lot of discouraging things, but guess what though? When we fast forward my junior year, they in the stands cheering. And I knew my homies was only doing that because I'm varsity captain. I got a name in the school. Like, that's the only reason why, because if it was a couple years prior, it was, bro, you think you nice. You think you that. You ain't really nice like that. But now we fast forward to and the only reason why I fast forward to my junior year, because that was the last year I spent in that school. I started realizing like the aura you have and the glow that you have surrounding you, bro, that shit is very important. And because people view you as a threat or they're jealous, they will try to dim your light. So that's why I'm fast forwarding to junior year, because that was the last year I was at that school. They come in the games, yeah, JR. They celebrating our wins and everything, things of that nature. And at the time, I got a girlfriend now. So I got a girlfriend, she coming to the games, the homies coming to the games. I'm looking like something. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking like I'm tough. I'm looking like something, you know what I mean? So I was getting the support then. You know what I'm saying? Once I finished accomplishing everything and I looked like a finished masterpiece, now I was getting the support. But here's the thing. I had a conversation with one of my homies one day after a game, and we beat a team that used to beat the school that I went to. They used to beat us every single year, relentlessly. We finally beat that team. And after the game, you know, I chopped it up with my cousins. My cousins was at the game. I chopped it up with some of my people I trained with. And after the game, one of my homies, I ain't gonna say cuz name because, you know, me and him ain't speaking. I think that year that I left that school, we ain't speak since then. But I was talking to bro after the game, and he was like, bro, how were you able to you really be dunking? You really be, how, bro? Like, you don't be overthinking or you don't be getting nervous before games and shit like that? I dead ass looked at him and said, no. I said, bro, I've been dealing with this since ninth grade. Like, these dudes bleed just like I bleed. I'm talented just like them. So nah, I don't be getting nervous before games, bro. Like, I know I train, I work hard for this. Like, I work out, like I do everything required for me to do this. So that whole conversation just put things in perspective for me. Like, That's how I knew I never was regular like them. When it came to sports, I never was regular like them, because he talking about getting nervous before games and how you able to just do reverse layups and shit like that. I'm like, nigga, that's regular for me. But then I had to take myself out of the equation and act like a third party. Because after a while, like when I got to my junior year, that's when I got really philosophical about life and everything going on. And I'm glad I did, because it helped me grow as a man, a young man. So I took myself out of that equation. I looked at the conversation that me and him had from like a third party sense, and I was like, oh my God, I'm really on a different frequency than people. I knew I could do something because I was miles ahead of the people that I surrounded myself with. So that's why he was asking me some shit. Nigga, a reverse layup? Bro, I've been doing reverse layups since middle school. But the homie that was talking to me, he ain't got no left hand. And in basketball, you got to have both hands. He ain't have a left hand. And we're juniors. So that's when I started realizing I am not like the rest of y'all. Now, two things can happen when you have self-realization and actually peep that you not like everybody else. One, you can go, you know what? I need to surround myself with better people, put myself in a better environment that's gonna challenge me because I'm above this low vibrational shit. Or two, you take it way too far and start thinking you're better than everybody. So self-realization, that shit can be a toxic outcome. But if you have a mature mindset, you'll go with the former rather than the latter. You'll go with, man, I gotta surround myself with people that are more high vibrational, because this shit that I'm at, I'm levels above this. You know what I'm saying? So sports is the thing that triggered, the aspect of self-realization for me. And even when it came to relationships, I struggled so much in relationships. I'm single, by the way. Like, you have the glow when you feel like, you're a chosen one from God and shit like that. And when you realize you're different than a lot of people, you're not gonna fit in a lot of places. Gang, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party. So I know I wasn't gonna fit into a lot of shit a majority of folks got going on. But I thought, at least in relationships, if I had somebody that was like confident within themselves, I would have no problem there. Man, listen, when I tell you, even relationships started becoming a problem for me. Women that I felt like were the most confident women. You go on their social media, they know they're beautiful. They know they have a certain intellect about themselves. They feel like they the shit. You can see the confidence on their social media. And I would get into relationships where the path that I was on in the beginning, there will be a lot of like, your girl rooting for you and, oh, I want you to do great. But after a while, even they start having problems. I've been in multiple relationships to where beef will come out of nowhere just because I'm living my regular life, gang. A woman that you thought would be very, very confident in herself just starts oozing her insecurities all over you. And like many people where I'm from, or even my culture, how we grew up was education was key. You know what I'm saying? Education was very important. And how I grew up, a man gotta be like a man of substance. You gotta have something in this world. You just can't be no bum ass nigga, because women gonna let you have it if you a bum ass nigga, right? And then you go into like the fairy tales. The fairy tales that women would subscribe to was basically they want a tall, dark, handsome man who, is well educated, who has a good profession. Like, that was the go-to guy for every woman I knew growing up. Like, they was like, yeah, I want a tall, educated man who blah, blah, this, that, and the third. They say that's what they want, right? At least I'll say 2 of the relationships I've been in took place while I was in grad school. You know what I'm saying? One when I was getting my master's, and the other while I was getting my doctorate. I'm currently getting my doctorate now. But basically, when I was getting my master's in that one relationship I was in, gang, she didn't have a degree. I was like, she graduated high school, but didn't go to college. And like, if y'all ask men, we don't care if you have a degree or not. Are you a nice, decent human being? That's the only thing we care about. But because I was in grad school, she met me when I just graduated with my bachelor's. I had just got my bachelor's at the time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going into grad school. Like, I'm gonna go get my master's. As soon as they got back to me, they was like, yeah, bro, you're in the program. You got accepted to the program. We celebrated. She was like, oh, I'm so happy for you. And I thought everything was cool. I was like, okay, I got a supportive chick behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my lady supporting me. Wrong, bro. Once I realized that, you know, I got a certain glow about myself, I was really protective of my energy. So I would really scope out and vet everybody I would let around me as a young man. But relationships is where I always failed, because I always felt like if I'm dating this person, there's no way they can be jealous of me. And she's a woman too. Like, you can't be jealous of me or try to belittle me or dim my light. This is my lady. Wrong. If you got that aura and you chosen, even your girlfriend gonna do it to you, bro. Even your wife is gonna do it to you. Even your boyfriend, even your husband's gonna do it to you. For the ladies who feel like they chosen ones, like, that shit run deep, bro. So I'm in this relationship. I just got accepted to the grad school program. I'm going to get my master's. In the beginning, everything's cool. Then, you know, couples, they have arguments, bro. So arguments start happening. And a lot of the times my education is being brought up. Like, we arguing because you don't like a joke I made at family game night. But within this argument, you bring up the fact that, oh, I know you look at me like I'm just some dumbass bitch who ain't got a college education, but I'll never let you disrespect me at family game night with a joke like that ever again. I'm like, whoa, what you bring my education into this for? It was constantly brought up. Then one day I had a real conversation with her. I held her hands. I said, babe, I love you. I just want to know what's going on. Like, tell me all the fears you have. Tell me, you know, everything you think might happen, what might destroy us, like, so we can like fix these things, because all this arguing, I'm not even built for that. I'm player, bro. I'm calm, laid back. I don't do all that arguing. As soon as all that arguing start happening, I just move forward. So I asked her, tell me some of the things that, bro, when I tell you, she said, one of the things I'm scared of is basically, I don't know, you going to a conference. Bro, this shit was crazy. You going to a conference and running into another woman who's also getting her master's degree, and y'all hit it off, and you end up dating somebody with a college education instead of me, and just dumping me and leaving me. I feel like I might be a placeholder for you. I'm like, oh my God, bro, this can't be real. This can't be life. You can't be dead ass. But I ain't say it in the moment, because in the moment I was just trying to fix whatever we had going on. So I ain't say, bro, you can't be dead ass in the moment. But I was like, what? Like, I told her, listen, I don't care about you not having no college degree or nothing. Like, I would tell her idling times. Every time she brought up me being in grad school and how I look at her as being dumb, I was like, that is not the case. That's an insecurity that you pouring out. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So after we had that conversation, things were smooth for a little bit. But I would wake up in the middle of the night because, you know, her family did a lot of game nights. So I'm in grad school. So I got to write like a lot of papers. I got to do a lot of reading. So what I would do is, single me, I'm cutting off everything and I'm focusing on my studies first. Because I was in a relationship, I said, okay, I'm gonna mitigate my time and figure out how I can make it work with, you know, going over to her family's and splitting time with some of my school stuff. So what I would do was, whenever it was family game night, and family game night, that shit'll last till like 2, 3 in the morning. So whenever it was family game night, what I would do is we would get home. We would shower. She would go to sleep, and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go get some work done. before coming to lay down. And she's like, okay, cool. So after family game night, I'll go get some work done. When I'm done, probably an hour, 2 hours putting in some work, I'll come lay down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing. What started happening, I got through a semester of grad school, right? So I started taking summer courses because I'm like, all right, with this pace that I'm on, I'm going to be able to graduate by next year. What started happening was, as I got closer to my goal, she became more disruptive. She became way more disruptive. The plan that I had of, after family game night, going in the living room and getting some work done, now she starts accompanying me while I'm getting my work done, and she's not going to sleep no more. And I'm like, okay, you just want to be up watching me type and watching me read? That's odd, but okay, go off. While I'm doing my work, what she would do is ask me all types of relationship questions and distract me from doing my work. So at this point, I'm like, how does she not know that, me doing this work is very important? And this is the time that I sacrificed and gave your family time and gave you my undivided attention. I thought we agreed and we knew the plan that when we come back home, this is my time to get my work done. But here you are, low key, trying to start a argument. And not me, like I said, at this time, I already did the whole philosophical, stoic preparation for weeding out people that are trying to dim my light, who are potentially trying to fuck me over because they feel jealous or envious, or, envy and jealousy, the same thing. But anybody who felt jealous or felt like I was a threat, I already had the mindset of, okay, I know how to weed you out. So as soon as I start seeing she's trying to start arguments when I'm focused on my work, I go, okay. And it's crazy that I had to take that approach because this is my girlfriend. You would think somebody who's your girlfriend, she wants the best for you and you wouldn't have to take these type of measures, but I had to start treating her like an op. And when I say treating her like an op, basically I had to find ways around her trying to destroy me. I remember it was a Saturday. I don't got work, she don't got work. We went to sleep early. And early for me back then was 10, 11. We knocked out, right? For some reason, I just wake up out of my sleep. I look at my watch, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can get up, go to the island in the kitchen, and I can get some work done, right? So I get up, I go to the island, I start typing on my MacBook. I got my headphones in, right? So I'm typing. I'm getting a decent amount of work in. I'm getting a lot of work done. You know what I'm saying? Why I feel breathing on my shoulder? What the hell? So I feel breathing on my shoulder. I'm cool, calm, and collected though. I always been a calm and collected person. I process things very quickly. So what starts going through my mind is, bro, that's either the AC being on or she's standing right here behind me watching me work. And I said, whatever I decide to do, don't look frantic when I do it. So I'm just gonna slowly turn over my shoulder, and if it's her standing there, I'm gonna be calm. I'm not gonna say, why the fuck is you standing behind me? Which is what I initially want to do. If I turn around and if it is her, I really want to say that. But I think things out, I map and plot things out way before any situation occurs. That's just how I am, because I like to avoid negative vibes. When you got that good aura on you, you 10 steps ahead of negative vibes. So I turn over my shoulder, I see her, I take my AirPods out. I go, babe, you okay? She goes, mm-hmm. Keep doing your little thing. Then I turn around in the stool. I was like, what's going on? You can't sleep? And she goes, why when I come out here to watch you work, now you don't want to work no more? I'm like, no, it ain't that. It's just, how long have you been standing there? And she was like, do it matter? So now, not only did she disrupt me working, she's prolonging me from finishing this paper that I'm writing. She's becoming a distraction. She's doing it on purpose. She's doing it on purpose, gang. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how, that conversation ended. It ended with, okay, suit yourself. No reaction out of me. when I know you're trying to antagonize me and stop me from doing what I'm doing, if I could find a healthy way to go back to doing what I'm doing, I'm taking that route. Okay, suit yourself. I put my headphones back in and I got back to typing my paper. Tap, tap, tap on my shoulder. I take my AirPod out. I look back. I said, babe, you still stay? I said, you okay? Now it's getting comical to me because it's like, how evil of a human being do you have to be to just try to sabotage somebody when you see them like getting closer to their goal? So I just start laughing. I'm like, babe, you okay? What's going on? She goes, do you even love me anymore? While I'm writing a 15-page paper that's due in a couple of days, playing mind games and using emotional manipulation. Around that time, I was not a stranger to it. I just never thought this person I was dating would do that. You know what I'm saying? So I went, babe, if it's something you want to talk about, we could talk about it later. I'm on page 8. I'm damn near not even halfway through this 15-page paper, but I'm on page 8 and come on, I'm just trying to focus on this. So in her mind, basically, if she's here and I'm here, she's cool with that. And this was an individual where she said in her past relationships, she made more money than the man. The man used to leech off her, used to live with her, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm here and she's here, she's okay with that. If she's here and I'm here, we got a fucking problem. The inner insecurity that she has down here, she's trying to drag me back down here with her. But she's starting to see that I'm doing things in my life that's putting me here, and she's starting to get scared. She's starting to say to herself, he's gonna realize that he can do better and it's over for our relationship, which that wasn't even the case. That girl could have been working at McDonald's. If I'm for you, I'm for you. I'm not switching up on you. That's not even in my nature. Now that I'm up in life, I treat people that I favor or I'm fond of lower than me. That's never been me. But she got insecurities in her. So she said, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. He's a strong-willed man. So I'm probably not gonna be able to get him to drop out of grad school, but I can make this shit hard as fuck for him. And that's what it was. She made it super hard for me to the point where, like I told y'all, self-realization is a big thing. And once I started realizing, oh, okay, you view me being better in life as a threat. Women say they want a man that's tall, educated, handsome, respectful. Like they say they want that. She ran into that, and mind you, what were we like? Early 20s? Early 20s. She ran into that and realized, oh shit, I don't think I'm worth the thing that a lot of women say they want in a man. And it's making me feel a way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like try to make sure he doesn't leave me and transcend onto something or someone better. That was her mindset the whole time. She constantly tried to just dim my light, constantly was just, she used to search my phone to see if I was cheating. And when she couldn't find me cheating, she found something else to try to belittle me about. I made sure every relationship I'm in, I make sure, you know, I got a job, I got my own money, I got my own space, I got my own vehicle. Like, I always been that type of guy. I never needed a woman for nothing. If I'm ever dating a woman, it's because I want you, not because I need you. Like, I don't need you to sign for this. I don't need your money for that. I really want you in my life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's when I realized that even in the form of relationships, you know, you have to have self-realization, self-awareness, because somebody you're dating, that could be your enemy too. All because they feel like I'm a threat or they jealous of what I got going on. Like, And I used to never, like, you always hear folks say, you just jealous of me, when the whole time there's nothing to be jealous of that person for. So I just never wanted to be that person to say, y'all jealous of me. It just never sounded right to me, but based on the actions and everything I done went through, I actually realized, yeah, bro. And the beautiful thing about life though, is if you run into 100 people and 90 of those people are envious and jealous, at least you ran into 10 good-spirited, good-hearted people. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm sitting here talking about, you know, when you got aura and you got a specific glow on you, you know, people who are your friends, people in social settings, and people who are in relationships with you, they're gonna be attacking you and try to like dim your light. While I'm talking about all that, there's been people in my life that, bro, I didn't even grow up with. I met later on in life. Them people poured more into me spiritually. They poured more motivation into me, more than any person that I grew up with. Strangers will treat you with a level of love that'll have you questioning people you grew up with. That shit is so sad, bro. That's why I know the difference. That's why self-realization is very vital, because I was able to leave home. I went to multiple different colleges. I was playing college ball, like I was transferring, playing for different coaches. You know, any athlete who played college who wasn't necessarily happy with their initial college choice of you know, place to play at, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Going to multiple different colleges, playing for different coaches. So I'd have been in multiple different colleges. I was blessed with the opportunity to leave home and go to many different cities in different states in the United States of America, because when I ran into other people who did not grow up with me, the type of love that I got and the type of positivity that was poured into me every day, I thank God that God gave me that opportunity to play college sports. Because where you from, when you just keep hearing, this nigga think he all that, nigga, you ass. When you keep hearing that from where you come from, and then you go out and about, and they're like, nigga, do you know you the GOAT? And you looking at them like, are you being sarcastic? And the whole time, no. They believe that you really him. You post a video in your group chat of you dunking the basketball, you doing a back scratcher, one of those, and one of your homies go, nigga, that back scratcher was corny as fuck. That lame ass dunk. You leave that group chat, you go somewhere else. Same dunk that you did in the video you sent to the group chat of your friends. That person in the gym that seen you dunk, you don't know them from a can of paint, but they go, God damn, that boy, like they, nothing but props. That's my life. And this is not all my homies. You know what I'm saying? This is not all my homegirls. All I'm saying is, man, whether you negative or positive, I'm gonna maneuver in my life how I maneuver. I really feel like I'm one of the ones, and that's how I'm just gonna maneuver. But if you are negative, you're getting pushed to the side. And if you are positive, I'm gonna keep you around for sure. Don't ever let folks dim your light. You know, you walk into a room and people got eyes on you. You and your phone do your thing, and as soon as you look up, you catch somebody staring at you. That means you got the aura on you. You have the aura. You got the glow on you. Don't let nobody dim your light. Because I know a lot of people are delusional. I won't lie. A lot of people think they're that when they're really not. But that's up for that person to do their trial and error to realize if they're that or not. Don't go out of your way to let somebody know, man, you ain't shit for real. Don't do that, bro. You get put in the category of being a hater when you do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody's job to be walking around telling people what they is or what they not. Keep leveling up, keep doing great in life, and don't let nobody dim your light. Self-realization is very key. That shit is very important. Protect your energy at all costs. Realize who you are and maneuver with grace when dealing with these negative individuals, man.
Growing up, I was doing all kinds of shit. Too many problems in my life I was trying to fix. Unaware, can't really explain if I was cognizant. I was more concerned with which block I was trying to spin.